So I'm going to show you how to take the guide rods out of a surplus A1 stock, which are dirt cheap, and put them in a NATO housing. So you can use the cheaper surplus parts as well. One thing I'd like to mention, so I've obviously yawned these semi-auto guide rods out of the NATO stock, which do not work with surplus parts, being that they are 0.7 millimeters thinner and 31 millimeters longer than the surplus A1 guide rod. So they will not work with surplus carrier. The tails are the same, however, and so are the washers and the buffers here, which are, I think, 5 millimeters thick or so. So you're going to want to drill with a 3/16 bit, an 1/8 inch punch, a center punch, a rubber mallet, and a hammer. Honestly, just about any hammer would work. You'll also need a 1/2 inch or similar steel rod, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet long, and you're going to want to drill one end to 3/16, maybe go down like a 1/2 inch or so. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I've already done the swap, and I don't exactly want to undo what I did, so I'm just going to kind of run you through what worked for me. So obviously the rods are already punched from this A1 stock, but you'll take the 1/8 inch punch and you'll carefully punch out that guide rod using your rubber mallet. Only tap just hard enough to where you get it to move. You don't want to risk breaking the polymer housing. So you'll obviously repeat the process with the NATO stock, being extra careful on this one because you do not want to break anything. So once you've removed the guide rods from both stocks, you'll take the guide rod you're trying to put into the NATO stock and put it in that hole, and you will insert it through the stock and line it up. So I'll show this as best I can, but essentially you're taking that 1/2 inch rod with that hole and using it to press in your guide rod. Now once you've used it to press that guide rod in place, then you will set it on something solid, preferably not your kitchen floor, and you'll take that center punch and you will use it to flare the end of that guide rod so it presses into that polymer and holds it in place. So as you can see, that 1/2 inch rod takes all the stress off the housing, puts it only on the guide rod, so you're transferring that energy straight down without creating any stress on the housing. So in theory you shouldn't break anything.